Good morning, everyone. It is Donkey Kong Bonanza Day today, and I have a little story to share with you of the experience of me getting it. So, I considered setting an alarm because I'm a teacher in the summer, so my sleep schedule is non-existent. But I was like, no, just go to sleep, wake up. It'll be there whenever you get there, right? Happened to wake up about 5:30 in the morning. My local Walmart is about 20 to 25 minutes away, and it opens at 6 o'clock. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll just go now. I'm still pretty tired, but I can take a nap later. I just want to go get it. So took care of a couple things. You can see I'm still wearing the clothes that I was wearing in my video yesterday. And I got to Walmart. I literally pulled in the parking lot right at 6 o'clock, right as it opened. So I went in, grabbed a couple of things on the way back to the electronics, and went back there, and they had the big cardboard poster thing for it. They had the spot on the shelf, but it was empty. There was nothing there. So I looked around trying to find an employee, and I just found a random one, and I was like, hey, is there anyone that can help in electronics? She's like, yeah, I'll go get someone. Waited around for a few minutes, 5 or 10 minutes. Someone came back, and this is like 6:20 at this point, and I'm just like, hey, there's a new video game out today. It's not on the shelf yet, but there's a spot for it. The app says that you have it. And the lady immediately was like, I don't know anything about any of that. I don't know where it would be. Like, I can't help you. And I'm like, then why are you the person in charge? Maybe she just had keys to the cases. Maybe that's why they called her. But, like, she's like, I don't know where anything is at. I'm like, okay. And she's like, I don't know who they are. She's like, they're supposed to stock all that stuff at 7. And it was about 6:20, 6:25. So I was like, okay, I'll just hang out a bit, right? So she left. I walked around. I had just done my normal shopping there a couple days ago, so I didn't need a whole lot, but I went around, grabbed a few things, and I noticed another guy hanging around the Nintendo aisle, and I was like, this guy's getting Donkey Kong too. And like, we didn't like talk with each other, but we both kind of were circling around it at the same time. So I thought about like going up and telling them like, hey man, they said they're gonna, but I was just like, whatever, I don't want to be weird about it. So I didn't go talk to them. So I went around, did some different things. I looked for the amiibo. They didn't have, had looked on the app also for the game, and the app said that it was in the store. And I told the employees that. So I'm like, it says it's here. They didn't have the amiibo. And so I was like checking Target, because there's a Target in town too. That's like the only other place that would have the stuff. And again, they had the game on their website. They didn't open until 8 o'clock though. They had the game on their website, but not the amiibo. So I'm like, okay, I thought this was going to be, I don't have any amiibo yet. I was like, I thought this was going to be my first amiibo, but I don't know where to buy it. So no amiibo. But walked around and did some stuff. And about 10 minutes to 7, quarter to 7, I just went and I like camped out. I just stayed in the Nintendo aisle, and I saw that other guy. He was hanging out an aisle over. And hold on, my cat wants to look out the window. Okay, sorry, I had to open the blinds for her. So me and this guy are both waiting around, checking our phones, and I'm like, maybe he talked to somebody when I was gone, because he seems like he's waiting for 7 o'clock too. I just opened the window for you, and now you're done. So 7 o'clock comes and goes. I'm like, okay, maybe like the people who are supposed to do this, maybe their shift starts at 7. So maybe they're just getting here. Like, we'll wait a few minutes. 7:05. And then I start thinking, like, how long do I wait before just going to Target? Because Target opens at 8. Like, I got a few things to check out. So, like, if it gets to 7:30 and no one has done this yet, I might just head over to Target. But I was also checking the app, because I'm like, can I just do like a store pickup if it's here? And oddly, for that option, it would have been a couple days, but it said it could deliver it to my house within an hour. So I'm like, maybe I should do that. But I'm like, but I want to have it. I want to just get it and have it and whatever. So I waited around for a while. About quarter after 7, finally some employees start like honing in on the electronics section, like that's their section. Because everyone else at this point in the day, they're just carrying they're rolling their big carts with everything on it, So these people, they're going back to like the photo area. And so I'm like eyeing them, and the other guy is like eyeing them, and I'm looking at the other guy's looking at me, and we're both looking at them. And eventually he goes in, and there's a guy and a girl working in the photo section, the electronic section. And the other guy that's been waiting, he goes up and he talks to the guy. And I can't hear what they're saying. I'm not even being subtle. I'm like staring at them 2 aisles away, trying to follow the conversation. But the guy's like shaking his head, and like I can't hear what he's saying, but he's dismissive in his tone. And so the other guy just walks away, and I'm like, oh no, do they not have the game? Like what's going on? So I'm mosey around with my cart, and I go up to the guy, and he's like, hey, can I help you? Whatever. And I'm like, was that other guy asking about the new game? And turns out the other guy was actually asking about the system, the Switch 2 system itself. So he's like, no, he was asking about the Switch 2. And I was like, oh, well, can I ask about the game? So I told him the same thing I told the other person, that there's a new game out. There's a spot for it on the shelf. The app says that it's in the store. And like, I didn't say all that. Like, I wasn't trying to be rude or entitled. Like, it says it's in. I was just like trying to prove that like I know what I'm talking about. I know it's supposed to be here. Right? Friendly tone, friendly shirt. And he got a teeny tad bit defensive. Again, not like rude, but he was just like, the app doesn't always know if there's like a truck late or a missing shipment or something. And I'm like, oh yeah, like totally. But if there's a place that it could be, like, and he was like, yeah, we'll go check. I'll just, just so you know, it might not actually be here. I was like, okay, yeah. If that's the case, that's fine. I'll go somewhere else. But I'm here. Let's go check. So he and the girl go back, and they check the spot on the shelf to make sure they knew what I wanted, and they like scan the thing or whatever. So they go back, and they come back a couple minutes later. It's like 7:20-ish at this point, and they've got a box. And I'm like, ugh. And like he opens the box as he's walking. There's maybe like 10, maybe a dozen copies of the game in there. Like, the box wasn't that big, but the Switch 2 cases are so small. Like, they were only up on one side of the box. Over half the box was empty. So there was a stack about that big, and that's all that they had. So he grabbed that. I was like, thank you so much. And he's like, so it was all good, all cool. Took me about an hour and a half of waiting, but that's okay. And they do this thing, and this is partly me being paranoid. This is partly Nintendo, where I didn't actually have or see the case until he rung it up. And I guess I could have asked, but like, part of me was very nervous as I was taking it out to my car that it was a key card. Because I didn't, I couldn't look at the case to see if it had anything on it. I was like, maybe there's multiple versions, because there were 2 slots for it on the shelf. So I was like, maybe one of them is a key card. Like, I know Nintendo said they weren't going to do that, but maybe they're like putting that as an option. But we're all good. We got the real deal. So yeah, an hour and a half later, got my game. There is nothing inside other than the cartridge, which is in my Switch 2 right now. That's the art, which is difficult to see because of the red. No paper or anything of any kind. But we got the game. So that's my story. And now I'm going to play the game.